guys, welcome back to Temple of Self. In today's video I'm going to talk about fear, okay, the emotion of fear. Now first and foremost, I know many people say they'll class fear as being a negative or a bad emotion, and there's no such thing as a negative or bad emotion because emotions have their place. So for example, if you was crossing the road, fear is what's going to help you get out of the way of the car. When somebody comes up to you, let's say somebody comes up to you with a knife or a gun to rob you, it's the fear that's going to increase your adrenaline, allow you to get away quicker, allow you to fight off the attacker because it'll give you more energy or energy boost. I'm not saying that you should do that if an attacker comes up with a knife or a gun, but it's just to put you in that scenario whereby you would feel fear, right? Fear heightens your senses, so you can move more quickly, more rapidly, you've got extra strength and so forth. So, I mean, these things, so all emotions like anger as well, they all have a benefit. It depends what you're using for. Now, of course, if you're trying to have a romantic dinner with your other half and you're angry, then that's not going to be an emotion that's conducive to you having a good time, right? It's one that at that point there probably isn't going to benefit you too well, okay? Unless the situation calls for it, okay? So let's go back to fear as the emotion. Now, this is the thing to understand, is that most fear happens here majority of the time. Most of the time there isn't an attacker coming at us. There's no big wild animal, there's no gang or army coming for us and so forth and that type of thing, right? So what happens for most people, especially in the Western world, when it comes to fear, most fear is just playing out here, right? It's just in your thinking. And I just want to say that it's the fear of the thing that you're going to do is usually worse than the thing itself. It's typically almost always worse than the thing itself. So for example, let's say you're going to go for a job interview. You've got to go and do some public speaking. You've got to do a performance of some kind. You've got to give a presentation. You're going to go and propose to somebody. All these things, it's the fear. You're going to go and compete in a sport like a combat sport. It's the fear of the thing that's going to happen is worse than the fear itself. So what is that? Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because fear typically is in the future. Most of the time, it's something that we fear that's going to happen in the future, or that won't happen in the future, that we're going to miss out on. But that's where the fear comes from. We're projecting the future. And in that future, this whatever it is, the thing that we fear, usually seems bigger than what it is, right? As opposed to being of a reasonable size that we can handle. We can handle most things. We'd be surprised the amount of things that we can handle, that we can take care of and that we can do. But because of the way that our mind works, or our thinking works and our programming works, we can be so fearful of the thing that we don't even do it. So here's what I'm going to say to you. Feel the fear and do it anyway. I can't remember who said that. But it's feel the fear and do it anyway. I think it was Louise Hay said it. And I think there's a lot of power in that because, fear is an emotion. So let's say, for example, you have a job interview, you have a presentation to give coming up and you feel fearful about it, right? Well, feel that fear, let it pass, then go and do that thing anyway. What's going to happen once you've done it? Once you've done it and you realise it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be, that fear starts to lessen. It doesn't mean it's going to go away completely altogether because remember, fear is still an important emotion, right? Because if you're going to do a public presentation, it's the fear that's going to make sure that you practice and prepare in the way that you should do, right? If you have no fear at all whatsoever, you may not prepare properly for it and therefore not get better result. But just keep that in mind. Typically, it's the fear of the thing that's going to happen is worse than the fear itself. So I'll leave you with that and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, all those great things, and hit the bell notification to get notified when the next video comes out. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye for now.